I'm thrilled. I'm here with an Oscar winner in 1999 for his art, for his outstanding way of performing digital words. And I will address him with this phrase, Tiziano l'impero del colore, but I will say, instead of Titian's, our Renaissance artist, I will say Kevin Mack, the empire of color from Immersive Venezia. Thank you to be here with me.
Thank you.
I've been absolutely amazed. I was watching your trailer like that, and I heard about your inspirations that are the same virtues that are inside the magic word of art. So I feel so blessed to speak with you today. Thank you for having me here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the invitation.
Yeah, so let's talk first of all about NAMUANKI. That is this epical, I would say, work that you brought in Venice for the Immersive. So you get the inspiration from the geology, and so you feel the vibration of the waters, the colors, and the shapes, and the oceans. Can you describe us how you get this, which was the main moment that you get the inspiration and you said, yes, I'm gonna do this?
Well, I've had I guess a lot of this inspiration for me has been going on really all my life. So I'm inspired by visions, imagination, and I'm inspired by technology and by nature. And I think in nature, I love rocks and geology, and I love the ocean and the movement of the ocean, and I love the sky and clouds for the sky. So I think initially my inspiration was to create some kind of a world, a virtual world in VR chat that would allow me to share my world with friends and meet with people there. And so I wanted to start with that. It's a place that I've envisioned most of my life. And I think there's the frequencies and amplitudes. I think that's one of the other inspirations is just the rules behind nature, the processes that create nature. I try to emulate some of those processes and then make my own rules. And of course, they're very simplified compared to real nature, but they do get some very interesting results, which makes it fun for me because I'm not only creating my work, but I'm also discovering it as I go. So I'm able to create things procedurally based on rules of nature, and then go and explore what the results of that and modify the rules and iterate and so on.
And this was Leonardo. So you can embody, it seems that you come from the Renaissance. Really, that's amazing. So I know also, if I get it right, that you started as a painter.
Yes.
Wow, so that's why. So now the brush has become the
yes, well, I still paint, sometimes textures and so on. There's a lot more processes involved, but they're digital brushes. So I don't paint with traditional brushes anymore. Well, once in a while, just for fun, but and I still like to draw. But for the most part, the digital tools have afforded me the ability to really realize the visions that I see in my mind.
Yeah, And so we are gonna complete the dive inside NAMUANKI, and then I would like to ask you more questions on your arts, because it's absolutely unbelievable what I discovered on you. And so NAMUANKI has been presented in Biennale Cinema, and so your goal is to give to the audience an immersive journey inside this parallel world that is half natural, but also half imagined. Is that the concept?
Yes, in a sense, it is a virtual world, and it is native to virtual reality. So it's not trying to accurately emulate any realistic world or world that exists in reality. It is depicting a virtual world from the distant future. So in my vision of the distant future, there are benevolent beings known as the ancient elders, and they have reached back through time to provide me with visions of this world that I made, so that I could make the world. And it creates a causal loop, so that they caused me to create the world, but I created the world which caused them. So it creates this loop which helps to ensure that these self-engineered benevolent beings will eventually come into being. And the benevolent beings, the ancient elders, are the result of the integration with humanity and artificial intelligence. So
yeah, this is also an aspect that is really, really interesting, how you turn something that has shifted from a life to something that is, how can you say, your imagination, and how you could blend and transform not only materials but also lives. It's unbelievable.
wow, well, thank you. I think the big idea is to present and envision a very positive future for humanity and for artificial intelligence, with the idea that by using technology and artificial intelligence, the hope is that we will be able to transcend the limitations of reality, the limitations of the struggle to survive, competition and conflict, scarcity, and be free to be, I'm always asking the question, what would we be like if there was no scarcity, there was no jeopardy? All we had to do was to enjoy life and not worry about struggling to survive in any way. And so, and I think the answer to that is that we would create art and experiences and entertainment and enjoy them. Those are the meaningful endeavors that remain when you remove the struggle to survive.
Yeah, I can confirm. I was completely embraced by the sound, the colors, and your voice, and everything. And I was really in a kind of I say hypnosis, and I really believe that is a new form of healing mental processes that are gone wrong. I mean, depressions and people that is a little bit crazy because of these times. And
yes.
And so NAMUANKI is available it's a product, and it's available to see the full project, which are the rules.
You can see it in VR chat.
Okay.
Our chat is available for free on through Steam, and you can visit there and explore thousands of worlds, including NAMUANKI, and meet friends there and engage with people. It is really a form of the metaverse which already exists and is very active. And so I think that what you mentioned about the hypnosis part of the experience, I embed neural entrainment, and I've studied neuroscience for many, many years
Yeah.
to be able to employ methods that essentially do hypnotize you using brainwave entrainment to alter consciousness in positive ways. So in order to make create a relaxation and a sense of well-being. And I think it's important, as you say, in these times where there's a lot of stress and stressful situations, and people are under a lot of pressure. I think it's important for people to have a refuge and to have a few moments where they are removed from the human condition and can see beyond themselves and are, have an experience of awe and imagination, and help them to reevaluate their ideas about reality and themselves.
Yeah, but on top of that, I get catched also by these colors and how you are able to turn shapes and all the vibration that normally you get from the nature, but also I can get from watching and visiting an art show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling that because I'm a daughter of a painter and a musician. So I feel that I felt the trasporto, and that's amazing.
Thank you.
When I feel the trasporto in any form of art, I always say, okay, this is gonna win. Okay, let's talk a little bit about, I'm curious because you are also creating this digital sculpture, and you are developing new forms of art utilizing these new tools. Can you just tell us a little bit more, because we are gonna talk more, because I want to meet you and to develop something interesting with you on this topic. But I was catched also by this sculpture.
Yes, I think that the sculptures were another stage in the process of developing digital tools and digital ways to express digital art. I started making digital art in about 1986, and there wasn't really much you could do with it at that point. You could view it on your little tiny low resolution monitor, but you couldn't even really quite print it yet with any quality. And then printing came along, giclée printing, and you were able to make these beautiful color prints from images that you rendered in the computer. So that was kind of the first step. And originally I would just show it on monitors, my work. Then I made prints, and then 3D printing came along and allowed me to bring my virtual sculptures, my virtual creations, into the physical world, which is just a wonderful, miraculous thing to be able to hold an imaginary object in the physical world. And so I've explored 3D printing for many years now. And then when virtual reality came along, it allowed me to actually immerse people into my virtual worlds. And so that's been an amazing experience. And my previous virtual reality experience, Anandala, features actual living things, artificial life creatures that are intelligent and creative and kind of embody those ideas of creatures that live without conflict or competition. And so you can interact with them and engage with them, and they have their own musical language and they're very expressive. And so then it was artificial life. And now with artificial intelligence, with neural networks, now there are tools for generating art with using these artificial intelligence tools, neural networks. And so I'm exploring that as well. And it's just a very exciting time as technology evolves faster and faster. And we move towards what I call, what the ancient elders call the great transcendence, which is at some point in the future when humanity is able, through technology and the help of artificial intelligence, to transcend our problems and our limitations and scarcity in the physical world, transcend the physical world, essentially.
So to cut it short, do you think that the classical art will die?
No.
Okay.
No, no, it will always be revered more than ever. It will be more revered than ever. Yes, no, I think it'll be more revered than ever because it's so special. It's so unique. It is fundamentally different than digital art in that it's handmade, and it's an artifact that is the result of that process. You know, complete with fingerprints or smudges and little bits of the artist's DNA are probably embedded in some of those paintings. So I think yes. Traditional painting, sculpture, all of the traditional art forms will persist.
Kevin, just a quite personal question. What did you felt in 1999 to win an Oscar for digital arts? Because that time few people knows about the topic. How was it?
It was really exciting and fun. It was a great honor. And the film I worked on was What Dreams May Come. That was the film I won for Best Visual Effects. And it was really an exciting thing because that film is focused on art and painting in particular. And so I was able to create a lot of these painted worlds, which was, I think, just a really meaningful way to win a visual effects award, for it to be centered on art.
Thank you so much. I repeat, I feel blessed to had this conversation with you, Kevin Mack, just right from Venice Immersive. Go and check NAMUANKI because it's breathtaking. I really hope to see you soon on Zoom for some other chat. And thank you so much. And
thank you.
And let's keep on staying in touch. Okay.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. It was really fun and I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Hold on.